National Education Policy 2020, Ministry of Human Resource Development, Government of India.
Curricular integration of essential subjects, skills and capacities 4.23. While students must have a large amount of flexibility in choosing their individual curricula, certain subjects, skills and capacities should be learned by all students to become good, successful, innovative, adaptable, and productive human beings in today's rapidly changing world. In addition to proficiency in languages, these skills include scientific temper and evidence-based thinking, creativity and innovativeness, sense of aesthetics and art, oral and written communication, health and nutrition, physical education, fitness, wellness and sports, collaboration and teamwork, problem-solving and logical reasoning, vocational exposure and skills, digital literacy, coding and computational thinking, ethical and moral reasoning, knowledge and practice of human and constitutional values, gender sensitivity, fundamental duties, citizenship, skills and values, knowledge of India, environmental awareness including water and resource conservation, sanitation and hygiene, and current affairs and knowledge of critical issues facing local communities, states, the country, and the world. 4.24. Concerted curricular and pedagogical initiatives, including the introduction of contemporary subjects such as artificial intelligence, design thinking, holistic health, organic living, environmental education, global citizenship, education, GCED, etc. At relevant stages will be undertaken to develop these various important skills in students at all levels. 4.25. It is recognized that mathematics and mathematical thinking will be very important for India as future in India's leadership role in the numerous upcoming fields and professions that will involve artificial intelligence, machine learning, and data science, etc. Thus, mathematics and computational thinking will be given increased emphasis throughout the school years, starting with the foundational stage through a variety of innovative methods, including the regular use of puzzles and games that make mathematical thinking more enjoyable and engaging. Activities involving coding will be introduced in middle stage. 4.26. Every student will take a fun course during grades 6 to 8 that gives a survey and hands-on experience of a sampling of important vocational crafts such as carpentry, electric work, metal work, gardening, pottery making, etc., as decided by states and local communities and as mapped by local skilling needs. A practice-based curriculum for grades 6 to 8 will be appropriately designed by NCERT while framing the NCFSE 2020-2021. All students will participate in a 10-day bagless period sometime during grades 6 to 8 where they intern with local vocational experts such as carpenters, gardeners, potters, artists, etc. Similar internship opportunities to learn vocational subjects may be made available to students throughout grades 6 to 12, including holiday periods. Vocational courses through online mode will also be made available. Bagless days will be encouraged throughout the year for various types of enrichment activities involving art, quizzes, sports, and vocational crafts. Children will be given periodic exposure to activities outside school through visits to places, monuments of historical, cultural, and tourist importance, meeting local artists and craftsmen, and visits higher educational institutions in their village, tehsil, district, state. 4.27. Knowledge of India will include knowledge from ancient India and its contributions to modern India and its successes and challenges, and a clear sense of India's future aspirations with regard to education, health, environment, etc. These elements will be incorporated in an accurate and scientific manner throughout the school curriculum wherever relevant. In particular, Indian knowledge systems, including tribal knowledge and indigenous and traditional ways of learning, will be covered and included in mathematics, astronomy, philosophy, yoga, architecture, medicine, agriculture, engineering, linguistics, literature, sports, games, as well as in governance, polity, conservation. Specific courses in tribal ethno-medicinal practices, forest management, traditional organic crop cultivation, natural farming, etc. will also be made available. An engaging course on Indian knowledge systems will also be available to students in secondary school as an elective. Competitions may be held in schools for learning various topics and subjects through fun and indigenous games. Video documentaries on inspirational luminaries of India, ancient and modern, in science and beyond, will be shown at appropriate points throughout the school curriculum. Students will be encouraged to visit different states as part of cultural exchange programs. 4.28. Students will be taught at a young age the importance of doing what's right and will be given a logical framework for making ethical decisions. In later years, this would then be expanded along themes of cheating, violence, plagiarism, littering, tolerance, equality, empathy, etc., with a view to enabling children to embrace moral, ethical values in conducting one's life. Formulate a position, argument about an ethical issue from multiple perspectives, and use ethical practices in all work as consequences of such basic ethical reasoning. Traditional Indian values and all basic human and constitutional values such as Seva, Ahimsa, Swachhata, Satya, Nishkam Karma, Shanti, sacrifice, tolerance, diversity, pluralism, righteous conduct, gender sensitivity, respect for elders, respect for all people and their inherent capabilities regardless of background, respect for environment, helpfulness, courtesy, patience, forgiveness, empathy, compassion, patriotism, democratic outlook, integrity, responsibility, justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity will be developed in all students. Children will have the opportunity to read and learn from the original stories of the Panchatantra, Jataka, Hitopadesh, and other fun fables and inspiring tales from the Indian tradition and learn about their influences on global literature. Excerpts from the Indian Constitution will also be considered essential reading for all students. Basic training in health, including preventive health, mental health, good nutrition, personal and public hygiene, disaster response, and first aid will also be included in the curriculum, as well as scientific explanations of the detrimental and damaging effects of alcohol, tobacco, and other drugs. 4.29. All curriculum and pedagogy from the foundational stage onwards will be redesigned to be strongly rooted in the Indian and local context and ethos in terms of culture, traditions, heritage, customs, language, philosophy, geography, ancient and contemporary knowledge, societal and scientific needs, indigenous and traditional ways of learning, etc., in order to ensure that education is maximally relatable, relevant, interesting, and effective for our students. Stories, art, games, sports, examples, problems, etc. will be chosen as much as possible to be rooted in the Indian and local geographic context. Ideas, abstractions, and creativity will indeed best flourish when learning is thus rooted. National Curriculum Framework for School Education, NCFSE 4.30. The formulation of a new and comprehensive national curricular framework for school education, NCFSE 2020-21, will be undertaken by the NCERT, based on the principles of this National Education Policy 2020 frontline curriculum needs, and after discussions with all stakeholders including state governments, ministries, relevant departments of the central government, and other expert bodies, and will be made available in all regional languages. The NCFSE document shall henceforth be revisited and updated once every 5 to 10 years, taking into account frontline curriculum, national textbooks with local content and flavor. 4.31. The reduction in content and increased flexibility of school curriculum, and the Renewed emphasis on constructive rather than rote learning must be accompanied by parallel changes in school textbooks. All textbooks shall aim to contain the essential core material, together with discussion, analysis, examples, and applications deemed important on a national level, but at the same time contain any desired nuances and supplementary material as per local contexts and needs. Where possible, schools and teachers will also have choices in the textbooks they employ from among a set of textbooks that contain the requisite national and local material, so that they may teach in a manner that is best suited to their own pedagogical styles as well as to their students' and communities' needs. 4.32. The aim will be to provide such quality textbooks at the lowest possible cost, namely, at the cost of production, printing, in order to mitigate the burden of textbook prices on the students and on the educational system. This may be accomplished by using high-quality textbook materials developed by NCERT in conjunction with the SCERTs. Additional textbook materials could be funded by public philanthropic partnerships and crowd sourcing that incentivize experts to write such high-quality textbooks at cost price. States will prepare their own curricula, which may be based on the NCFSE prepared by NCERT to the extent possible, and prepare textbooks which may be based on the NCERT textbook materials to the extent possible, incorporating state flavor and material as needed. While doing so, it must be borne in mind that NCERT curriculum would be taken as the nationally acceptable criterion. The availability of such textbooks in all regional languages will be a top priority so that all students have access to high-quality learning. All efforts will be made to ensure timely availability of textbooks in schools. Access to downloadable and printable versions of all textbooks will be provided by all states, UTs, and NCERT to help conserve the environment and reduce the logistical burden. 4.33. Concerted efforts through suitable changes in curriculum and pedagogy will be made by NCERT, SCERTs, schools, and educators to significantly reduce the weight of school bags and textbooks.